Chris, man, I know it's probably still soaking in a little bit, man, but can you put this feeling into words right now that you've been thinking about for so long?
I don't know, man. I can't, man. I wish I had the words. I'm sorry. I'm being unprofessional. I wish I had the words, man. Like, especially at Madison Square Garden, and then a knockout win in the first round when everyone counted me out. Like, well, you might know the odds for this. It's pretty bad, right? Like 4-1.
Yeah.
I hope I lost all of you money.
Talk about coming in tonight. You know, like when you weighed in the first time and obviously didn't get to fight, I remember you saying like 10 years too late, but I'm here, you know. And when you walked in there, I mean, was there like a chip on your shoulder of like, man, I can't believe it was, you know, this difficult for me to get here? Or was it, you know, a joyous feeling of finally being here?
It's a little bit of both, man. I'm always going to have a chip on my shoulder. You try to, as you get older, you try to mature a little bit. But like, man, I'm so fucking mad all the time. But you know how many times Sean Strickland's watching me like punch holes in all my furniture, freaking out one time where I fight stuff. Like it's a very stressful life. So like you do have a chip on your shoulder, but at the same time, I'm like walking out to Madison Square Garden. There's like lights on me. There's people screaming. I'm like, you do have a chip, but my God, like what more could I ask for? Like, this is the best. This is the best that it gets.
Yeah, no doubt. Difficulty early, right? I mean, was what you expected? I mean, his striking looked a lot better than I think it maybe ever has.
Hats off to him. I didn't think he was going to be that clean. It caught me off guard a little bit. He's, I don't know if you guys noticed, but when we touched gloves, and I was like, holy shit, he's a big guy. Like, I may have made a mistake in being at 85. He's a big dude, man. He hats off to him and Hoof. They've done wonders with his striking. He's a lot cleaner than I thought he would be. And I was more looking for that wide looping shot, and he was throwing them straight, which kind of made me hard to adjust. About midway through that fight, Sean Strickland's like, stop being a pussy and go, like, you know, like pressure him. I'm like, you know what? I really am just sitting here getting hit for no reason. I don't have to. Kind of midway through, I kind of found my rhythm, found my range. I was like, okay, like this is fine. I've been hit by harder people. I can see the punch. I can move. I can roll. He was throwing some. I was moving my head a little bit, like slip. You get hit, but if you roll the punch, it's not that bad. And we hit that liver shot, and he didn't like it. And they were like, oh, he didn't like that at all. And I was like, okay, if I can hurt you to the body, I can finish you. And I finished a lot of people with body shots. The body shots are what brought him down. So,
yeah. What was going through your head? I mean, because obviously, like you hurt him bad, but then you were pretty patient. You know, it looked like you were kind of picking your shots. So, I mean, what's going through your head at that moment?
Don't be the idiot that runs in and gets double-legged. Like, that was it. I was like, okay, he's kind of like, I didn't think he was that hurt. He backed up, and I was like, this is a trap. And then he kind of fell. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to run in. He's going to double-leg me, and they're going to laugh at me. Like, oh, amateur move for a guy with 30-something fights. And then he kind of went down and stayed down too long. I was like, holy shit, he's really hurt, actually. So why not? At that point, I'm like, you know, what do I have to lose? I end up on my back, whatever. I get up, it's fine. I stopped 2 takedowns. I forgot to stop another one if I had to. So, you know, screw it. Nothing ventured, nothing gained. Yeah.
You worked so hard to get here. I mean, do you have to, like, change the goals now? I mean, like, this isn't the finish line, right? This is just the start.
No, this is like, there's like this, anyone that says it's a finish line is an idiot. Like, I've been working, my goal wasn't just to like get here and like get a, I hate, oh God, like, I was already asked, I always say, like, you know, you always see people get here and they'll lose like all their fights and they'll have UFC veteran next to their name, and I hate that shit. Like, no, like, you have to earn the title. So my goal was to earn the title. And this was a like, not a world title, but a title of a UFC fighter. It's not just having a fight. It's a way of life. I've done this for 10 years. I eat, sleep, and train this. I don't party. I don't drink. I don't, you know, smoke. I train for like 7 hours a day, and I go home 7 days a week. So this is just step one. And like, you know, I mean, you guys hear it a lot, but like, I am hilariously broke right now. And like, I've spent everything I've had to pursue this career. I am hilariously poor right now. So to get a knockout at Madison Square Garden, probably the worst card to get a knockout on, with freaking Gaethje and Chandler fighting and Usman Mill. So thanks, guys. But if Dana White's so inclined, I could really use 50 G's, please. I was a 4-1 underdog. I was never supposed to be here, never supposed to win that fight. 10 years late, and I knocked him out. 50 G's lets me like change everything about my life right now. Like, please, 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 guys, like, make sure, like, hashtag it, whatever. Like, please give Chris Curtis money, because I am broke.
Last thing for me then, what is the goal now? Like, I mean, what's the next move, right? I mean, do you want to fight again quickly to keep this thing going? Do you need some time because of, you know, kind of this double preparation, I guess? And do we know what weight division it's going to be in?
Can I fight in December? First of all, like, I am ready to go. If they have something in December, I would love to fight in December. Like, I'm 34 years old, man. I'm getting here really late in the game, and I love this sport. I love this sport more than anything else. I've sacrificed huge chunks of my adult life to do this and to be here. I love this sport. I love fighting, and I want to keep doing that as much as possible. You know, as long as my body allows me. Like, one more fight I got out of, didn't take any damage. It's great. But I'm an intelligent guy. I realize that I'm nearing the end of my life cycle. So let me get as many fights as I can. Let me make as much money as I can. Just let me have fun. Go out there. I'll fight next month if they let me. Weight class, who knows?
During the broadcast, right before the finishing sequence, I think it was Rogan and Daniel Cormier were saying that you needed to, quote, get Phil Hawes' respect in the octagon with your striking. Did you feel that same way, like when he was kind of doing his thing with the striking, that you needed to kind of touch him to make him back up a little bit?
I did, and if you can do the corner cam, you actually hear Sean Strickland tell you, and I quote, "Stop being a pussy and pressure him." So I realized at a point, like, he doesn't mince words, but he was right, and they were right as well. As I was, I don't want to call it like starstruck. Everything felt normal. But I'm telling you guys, when we touched gloves, I was like, it's a big dude. Like, I was like, oh man, I may have like miscalculated just how big he was. He's a big guy. He was fast. I was ready for that, but my mistake in thinking he was going to show up the same way he did in his last fights. His striking was much improved, and it kind of threw me for a loop. Wasn't what we planned on, so it took me a while to adjust, and that was my fault. But Madison Square Garden, like a little bit of nerves. It's fine. Like I adjusted, and we hit him with a body shot. I think the kick to the body, and then I hit him with the uppercut to the body. The uppercut to the body, he backed up, and he winced, and he looked at me, and I was like, yeah, man, I'm a body snatcher. And, like, if you miss a takedown on me and, like, you don't disengage right away, I'm going to try to blow a hole out of your back. And I hit him with a really good liver shot, and he looked at me, and I knew he was hurt. And I was like, okay, now you're not just going to try to push, because he was punching through my guard. And I was like, we can't do that anymore. I'm not going to go home with black eyes and shit. So they were entirely right. Like, I really need to get his respect, and I think that body shot got his respect.
John touched upon it. Like, when you did like rush in on him, you didn't necessarily rush in. You picked your shots. Is that just like, I don't think fight fans that just watch the UFC know how many fights you actually have under your belt compared to Phil Hawes. So is that just veteran experience shit in there? Like, because you see a lot of guys just kind of blow forward and try to put them away.
It's a combination of experience and like Nate Pettit and James Gifford yelling at me about my distance. Where if you watch my contenders fight, when I dropped him, I did the same thing. I didn't jump into him. I stopped, moved the legs, and go. You'll see like guys that have more experience tend not to rush. And like Imanov is really good, right? But how many times tonight did he hurt him and then fall into the clinch and get stuck? It's just something that we all do, and like eventually, with time, you stop doing it. Nate Pettit and James Gifford, my two coaches, are really big on me maintaining my distance. We worked on that a lot more, and I'm doing it less and less, like falling in. So don't just don't be an idiot that runs in and gets double legged. Remember the old Pete Sell punch? Yeah, don't be that guy.
And then I don't know if I'm sure you saw it on the media day. Phil Hawes says you were a guy that's here to get a fight kit, and he's here to be world champion. Does that make this win any more special?
I turned Phil Hawes off. So if he feels I was here for a fight kit, like, well, I literally turned you off. So I like Phil Hawes, but someone says I'm here for a fight kit. Like, bro, honestly, I do like the fight kit. I've been waiting fucking years to get this fight kit. But Phil Hawes is, as Sean Strickland said the best, Phil Hawes is a wrestler. I am a fighter. I have been fighting for 14 years. I train 7 days a week. I've given up my family. I've given up money, career, school, college, everything. I am a fighter. I told Megan Olivia earlier that he's a bigger guy than me. He's a bigger human than me, but I'm a bigger dog than he is. And, like, he found that out.
Chris, to your right over here. In a way, are you kind of happy that it took you so long to get here, just in terms of preparation?
No, absolutely not.
All right.
Absolutely.
Didn't help with the moment?
I lucked out. Like, I did get lucky. Like, I didn't feel as starstruck as a lot of guys do. I was looking around and told my corner. I was like, it feels like every other fight, which is weird. Like, looking around, seeing people say get the jitters. I'm like, it feels normal. It's fine. So I guess the experience helps, man. Like, I've been in fights I shouldn't be in. Ooh. Oh, no, he's asleep. Oh, he's dead. Oh. It's unfortunate. But nah, man, I've been in fights I shouldn't have been in before. I've been in fights people expect me to lose, and I still did everything. So, he's really dead.
In a way, is it kind of not nice that Sean's fight didn't happen, but put more focus on you, having him not have to fight tonight?
It's always good. I like having Sean in my corner. He's been in my corner a lot these last few years. We've been friends for a while now. And Sean's one of those people to where Sean fights because he's got like rage in his heart. Like he wasn't hugged enough when he was younger, and it shows. I don't have that issue. I come from like a fairly loving family, so I don't have to fight with like rage. But the difference is that I need sometimes I have a habit of not pushing as hard as I could be, not fighting a mean fight. And I started doing that when the fight started. And Shawn's that guy who's, I trust him enough and I respect him enough to be like, hey, when he's like, you need to fucking settle down and fight. Like, stop trying to be pretty, stop trying to be technical and go fight. And I was like, okay, you're right, because I'm losing this round. Like, I need to go fight. I stopped that first takedown and I was like, okay. Stopped the second one and I was like, okay, now it's your time to fight. Like, you can't take me, you can't just shove me over, it's time to fight. So having Shawn not fight, sucks for him, but Shawn's fine, guys. He's a dragon, he's hoarding money somewhere. Don't worry about it, he'll be okay, and come to the next one. But it's nice to have your boy in your corner.
Congrats, man.
Thank you.
All good, guys? Thank you.
Give me money.